What's good, YouTube, Facebook? Welcome into the show once again. LastWord Productions. I'm your host, Tavares Wilson, and I always get the last word. Got another guest coming in the building. My boy, new father. Congratulations to you, my boy. Blessing. I know
Yes,
it.
sir. Congratulations.
Thank you, dog.
So first and foremost, quiz, how you feeling, my man? How life been treating you?
I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. Y'all see the bags? I ain't sleeping.
Mm.
It's a blessing, though. I love her, but I'm tired, dog.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. The trick is let the baby sleep through the night, bro. Like no more than 4 hours, but if they're gonna sleep, let them sleep, bro. I'll tell you.
I'm trying to adjust. My wife, she like to. Oh, you gotta feed her, but we adjusted, man. It's a lot.
I
It's
tell
a
you,
lot.
they'll eat enough throughout the day that they can get longer sleep periods. I promise. Just get her adjusted, bro. I had three. I wouldn't dare steer you wrong, bro.
Appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. But
Yes,
how y'all
sir.
boys been, man?
Good.
It's been good. It's been good. But how you been, though, Will? How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I think last time I was here, it was the draft, right? The last time I was
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
got Breeze
Bree.
in the building, man.
We
I,
were
hey,
in.
oh, Will, you wasn't here for the draft, or I think you left or something. I don't know. I forgot. But
Mm-hmm.
man, uh, I think Will missed the news, but I'm a Dolphins fan now. I can't support the city of New Orleans no more. I can't support the egregious decisions going on. So,
You could have came to Pittsburgh, bro. We'd have accepted you.
yeah,
Yeah,
I want to. I
I
want to
don't know.
support. I want to support the
I don't
crib. You
know if
feel
that's
me?
that much better. I think we are SOL at this point. But before we get into all that stuff, man, I want to go ahead. First and foremost, man, if y'all not doing so already, if you go ahead tuning in, hit that like, subscribe button on YouTube, hit the bell notification, be notified whenever we do go live. And if you're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, I'm also on those platforms. Last Word Productions, the name and the handle. So before we get into the NBA, we know the NBA playoffs are starting to wind down. We're gonna have our Final Four teams soon. So before we get off into the NBA news, though, I want to speak on the NFL and what's been transpiring. And Quincy, whether you Saints fan or not, man, we got to talk about former quarterback Derek Carr announcing his retirement. Like, what was your thoughts? What was your
Retired
thoughts on the
on.
matter?
Bruh, slap in the face, man. Slap in the face to the city of New Orleans. Slap in the face to the organization because he knew. Like we ain't come on, bro. You did not find out after the draft that you did not come to that conclusion, bro. He knew, and even if he didn't know, the organization should have knew. You telling me his shoulder bad? Y'all know that there's no excuse, bro. Like y'all gotta go quarterback. You feel
They
me?
drafted a quarterback.
But they drafted a 26-year-old, a 26-year-old rookie who has been on like I think 3, 4 teams already. And not only that, the man is he's very injury prone. So it's not like we're getting.
Bro, y'all,
Let me stop. Let me not say where because I'm done with that organization. It's not like they're getting 26-year-old Michael Penix. You know what I'm saying, bro? They getting a scrub. That was a slap in the face to the whole city, bro. I'm glad
he's
the fans are rioting and they like, oh, we ain't supporting this team. I'm happy they doing that. Voice the concerns, voice of the frustration, because I don't know what the hell just happened in the city of New Orleans. That was just stupid.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. What you got to add to that, Will?
nothing really. That was crazy. I mean,
Slap in the
but
face, bro.
but hey, better late than never, right?
Right after the draft, like you can't make that up, bro. You cannot make that
Yeah,
up.
for
Was that not
sure.
selfish? Was that not selfish? I'm tripping.
I
Right after the
mean,
draft,
it can be deemed as selfish, but I don't know the medicals. I don't know what there was going
I
on
mean,
behind the scenes.
either way, they knew he wasn't playing this year, so it's not like it really
Yeah,
mattered.
that's what I'm saying. Like
But
we
but
can't really say he was being selfish per se because they knew it was a real possibility he may not even play this year. So they should have
right,
prepared for that better. But what you say, Breeze? What you think?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't really put any stock in it because even with if Derek Carr was 200% healthy, where were the Saints going?
Nowhere. He's trash.
Like
He's
Right. So,
in
trash.
all,
so
like
y'all might as well have a real bum, get that first pick, get Archie Manning. Come on, bro. The fix is in, bro. Y'all are in
That's
prime
exactly
position.
that's exactly what it is. I already
I
know.
mean,
like
that's what looked like was about to happen. Like,
like bro, just
And
think
and
about
then
it, bro.
what's gonna happen is the Steelers are gonna trade TJ Watt in two first.
Bro, look at it, bro. Everyone on the Steelers, I mean, on the Steelers, everyone on the Saints is getting old, bro. Like, Cam is getting old. Kamara's getting beat up.
not getting though.
They're
He is old. Cameron
He
Jordan
is
is
Yeah,
old.
old.
He old. Yeah,
he's
he
like
old.
like
what,
they're
36?
Yeah, he
bro.
up
Yeah,
there.
he's mid-30s.
Their cap strap. Taysom Hill is had a horrific injury. Like, bro, like there's no direction at this point. Your only bright spot this season was bringing in Kellen Moore to maybe revamp an offense that's if you revamp it, it's still gonna be dead at this point. But you're just beating a dead horse at this point.
Right. And the cherry on top, they got no primetime games. Like they don't like,
But
nobody wants
do
to
you
see New
really want to
Orleans play
see them? Do
football,
you really
bro.
Bro,
want to see
Nobody
them?
wants
Do
to
you
see them
really
play
want to see
football,
them?
bro. No, I'm just saying
But
like that's the cherry on top, bro.
bro, you know
Like
what's crazy? The Titans don't have not one primetime game, bro. And they
Nobody
had the
want to see
first
that
overall
yeah,
pick.
that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie,
nobody
that's
want to see
crazy.
that dumpster show
Breeze,
neither.
Breeze, listen, bro, you're gonna be one win above them. I need you to chill out.
First of
They
all,
they
first of
had
all,
they had the
first of
number
all,
one overall draft
first of
pick
all,
quarterback, and they don't got one
first of all,
primetime game for him, bro. That's crazy.
bro,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that.
we're gonna be better than the Texans this year.
No, you're not.
We winning
No,
our
you're not.
division this year.
No, you're not.
Our division is very winnable, bro. The Texans
Bro,
took so much hits.
the
They took
Texans
so many
are
hits,
gonna win the
bro.
division by 4 games, bro.
Bro, they took so many hits, bro. I'm not even. We're gonna be there. The Jaguars ain't
Mm.
doing nothing, and the Titans ain't doing nothing
That yeah, I'm not over the
Bro,
what
Texans.
makes you what
I
makes
bro,
you
don't
think
know.
the Colts about to win that division?
because it's very winnable, bro. It's
no,
very
it's
very
not.
winnable.
It's it's
Y'all have
it's winnable, but what
bro, y'all
makes you
have
think y'all
Anthony
are winning it?
Richardson, bro.
That's what I'm asking.
y'all have Anthony Richardson, dog.
I understand that, bro. That's our biggest flop right now,
Have-
Anthony Richardson. Literally,
Yeah, Anthony Richardson, the most important
that's it.
position in
But even,
football.
but
Like,
even, but even with all that last year between him and Joe Flacco, we still finished number 2 in the division, and we're in many games that we were supposed to win. And with
bro,
a
but
sorry
the
Joe
Texans,
Flacco,
Yeah,
the
but
Texans,
and with a sorry Joe
okay.
Flacco and Anthony Richardson, we beat the Steelers, we beat the Dolphins, and if we
Those
play
are
the
not
Saints, we'll smash the Saints too.
accomplishments.
So
but
yeah,
hold
it
on,
is.
Breeze.
It is what we
hey,
talking
Y'all
right
you
now,
lost
beat.
man.
y'all lost
Hold on, wait,
Flacco.
time out. Wait, time out. Before we get any further, let me say this. Y'all beat a Dolphin team that was on a 4th-string quarterback game. Let's slow
Man,
down.
and what
Like,
Joe Flacco is.
Hold on,
he's
y'all
a
lost
backup starter. He's a backup
y'all
Man,
starting
lost
quarterback.
Flacco. Y'all
that
lost
man.
Flacco. Y'all picked up Riley Leonard.
Flacco is better than Richardson. He was our best quarterback last season.
Facts.
And that says what? What does that say?
But y'all lost them. Y'all got no
Was Joe
quarterback now.
Flacco not in the playoffs just 2 years ago?
Yeah, but
Was he
bro,
not in the
bro,
playoffs?
we're talking about Joe Flacco, the guy who came off his couch, was eating ice cream, drinking beers, bro.
And he
Like our
went to the
But
playoffs. He
bro,
went
our
to the
Breeze,
quarterback
playoffs.
you
situation
guys
has
don't
been hell,
have
bro.
no QB. You have no
Listen,
quarterback now.
listen. I'm gonna end it. I'm ending on this, man. There's
Thank
no way
you,
on
bro.
God's
Thank you.
green earth I'm taking the Texans to lose that division,
Thank you,
especially
bro.
when the Texans have done nothing but
Improve.
improve off of a bad start to this offseason. They went
And
out
they
and got
were
a solidified tackle. They went out and drafted
yes.
well. This is a team that's putting together another run to at the very least win the division. I
Not
mean,
even considering,
yeah.
bro. Not even considering the fact that they were already a much better team than y'all, and they were not healthy all year,
Man,
especially on the offensive line.
we ain't worried about no Texans, man.
Bro,
We gonna see, man.
I promise you,
We
they're
gonna
winning the
see.
division by 4 games, bro.
We ain't worried
We
about the
gonna see.
Texans. We
We gonna see.
play all y'all this year, so we gonna see how it go.
We're
Yeah,
smoking y'all.
we got y'all week 1, but hey, we gonna see.
We'll
We gonna
cut it
see.
out, man.
We're gonna come back to this after week
We
1.
gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna come back. We gonna come back to this in a little bit. But let's get off into some of the NFL stuff, man. And speaking of the Dolphins, I wanted to get y'all opinion on Jalen Ramsey trade rumors have been ramping up. It's said that they're expected the Dolphins are expected to move off him come June, and I wanted to hear some of you guys' ideal landing spots for Jalen Ramsey. So, Q, I'll start with you, bro. Where you think Jalen Ramsey can end up? Like, what you think is best fit?
I'm gonna be real, bro. I honestly thought that this died down. I'm gonna be honest, because we didn't really hear about it. Not for real, because we didn't really hear about it. I remember he requested the trade a couple weeks ago, whatever, a month ago, and it kind of died out. You know, wasn't really no motion. Everything kind of just was stagnant. And then today, Schefter went out there and was like, "Oh yeah, the Ram, it's picking up now, whatever." So I haven't really even thought about the teams, like a team that he would go to. A team that I'd like to see him on, especially at the safety position, would honestly be like I'm thinking he wants to go to a contender. That's my thought process. I don't think he wants to be on any rebuilding teams, any teams that's not really looking at the playoff picture. I'd like to see him honestly on the Commanders. That's just me.
Okay.
I think that he bring a good vet presence into that defense. But that's the only real team I've honestly thought like, okay, like I want to see him there. Ramsey is Ramsey. He's good. I haven't really thought about the different teams and stuff. So
okay. What you say, Will? Where you think he could end up?
A few teams that I think might reach out. Well, I would be surprised if they didn't. I think the Bengals should reach out. I think the Bears should reach out to him.
That'd actually be a pretty damn good pickup for them.
Yeah,
Compare him with
and then
Jalen Johnson, yeah, that'd be crazy.
yeah, and then I think the goddamn the Cardinals should reach out.
I don't know about that one, man. Because the Cardinals got a lot of good young DBs, and he could come in and be their top corner, but I think they want to develop what they have right now.
That's fair.
I think because they got some pieces over there that's young and talented. I just think it's going to take time. So, but I like the thought process though. But
I like the Bears pick.
Yeah, the Bears. I think that'll be a good landing spot for him. I think the Bengals will be too because he'll feel a damn big of a need for them. But
they cheat.
For me, man, I think the best fit is honestly for him to go back where he came, and that's with the Rams. I'm not gonna lie. I think you put Ramsey back with the Rams. You pair him with dudes like Jared Verse and the other rookie they had last year, who played pretty damn well. The defensive tackle, I can't recall his name right now, but they got a young secondary.
Hoick or something like that.
Yeah, they got a young secondary. Cam Kitchens, Fist. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Cam Kitchens grew into his own somewhat the end of the year. They got a young team that's scrappy, but they have enough veterans on their team in order to compete. Because this was a team, I think a lot of people forget that this team was just one game away from being in, you feel me? Well, not one game away, but they were 2 games away from being back in the dance. So they're not far off. So they go out and get another corner. They go out and get a corner who's still, in my opinion, a top 5 corner in the business. I think they'll be fine. So I think
another thing that goes. My fault, bro. Another thing that goes well with that is they're more of an opportunistic young secondary. So to have somebody who's so well versed in the actual technique of it could also improve the rest of the DB room.
Right. I agree. What you got, Breeze? What do you think Ramsey could end up?
Honestly, I'd like to see him on the Cowboys. No lie.
You want everybody to go to the Cowboys?
I really would want to see him on the Cowboys. No lie. I really would.
Cowboys fan.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad move. It wouldn't be a bad move.
No, I'd like to see it because honestly, the Micah needs some help over there, man. Micah's just getting all the I'm good. Micah needs some help over there, man. Micah
He
getting
need
all
to
the
help
attention,
himself and
double
hit the
team.
weight room, bro. He don't know how to stop the run.
I'm just saying, bro, double team, triple teams, and the back ain't giving up. I'm not saying he's
I
absolved
think he
criticism.
plays the run better than what he's given credit for. I just think I think Micah's biggest problem is he overplays a lot of plays. That's his biggest
Yep.
problem. If you ask him to set the edge, he's somewhat decent and capable at it, but his problem is he overplays damn near everything. That's the problem. It's not that he's incapable of doing it. It's the fact that he gambles too much. I think that's his biggest problem. And I agree with Will. He's his biggest enemy. So I mean, he can't really do anything about what the personnel looks like, but he can do his best to do what he can. So
Yeah,
I think
no
that's
lie.
the biggest
Like I'm
thing.
not saying he's absolved of criticism because he does a lot of shit in the heat of the moment where you're like, Mikey, you're better than that. Like, remember when he was coming out and he was showing out his rookie season, they were like, oh, this is Lawrence Taylor-esque. This is the next Lawrence Taylor this, and he has not lived up to what they thought he would be. Now, in my eyes, I knew he was going to be great, but Lawrence Taylor's a stretch. People need to chill with the Lawrence Taylor shit. But he could still be great, bro. like for real, bro. Like he can
That's
still
real
be
though.
great. He can still be great because he's a hell of a player. Like I heard, it was a joke somebody said Micah Parsons plays like a meerkat that drunk C4. Like and that's just like real. Like he's literally
Ready to
all over
go.
the place, bro.
Yeah.
So if you can put more pieces around him on defense, because I don't know, they're gonna have to pay him soon. So try to max out while you can, because you got GP and you got CD and you got
I think
Dak.
this year coming up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay him. So while you can, try to see what you can do before you throw that huge contract at him. Because if they don't pay him, somebody gonna throw the barn at him.
I know who. I already know who's trying to go and get him. I know the Bengals is going to try and go get him, bro, so they can let Hendrickson go
Yeah,
next
let
year.
Henderson go. They don't want to pay that man.
Yeah,
They go.
even their rookie is holding out. Nick got drafted, ain't played not one snap.
Bro, didn't he have like 1.5 sacks or something, bro? Like, who is this nigga, bro?
He ain't
Yeah,
showing
but
up to OTAs,
when I read
nothing.
into it, I
He's not
can't even
showing
be
up to
mad at him
OTAs
though.
right now.
Bro,
His contract, I'm not gonna lie, his contract is terrible.
No, it's not
bro,
even about the contract though. It's
bro,
like if he get hurt in training camp, it's not insured. Every other team insures their players except the Bengals. So if he get hurt,
Really?
that's his
I didn't
ass.
know that.
That's
I
why
mean,
I
I
had to
don't know if
read
it's
into it.
every other team, but
His
it
contract
is.
is
They
terrible.
do. I
No,
mean,
I think their insurance. If he get
he got
injured,
what he was
that's his
worth,
ass.
bro.
I mean, maybe so, but hey, at the end of the day, you got to cover your own self. So I don't blame him.
I don't blame me.
But
And plus, he's literally watching. He's watching the star defensive end get fucked. So
Bro.
He's watching the top guy get screwed over. So I'm pretty sure he ain't happy.
Yeah, that's true too. I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, me neither. Actually, that was a good point.
But the next thing I want to get into, man. So Ramsey, as we all said, he could go a multitude of ways, and this could have an impact day one for a lot of clubs. I think one team that I think we left off that he could potentially see himself playing with. Honestly, man, I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Chiefs made a call. I'm not gonna lie. I think you pair him with McDuffie, with not the J. Sneed, Eric Reed and the safety position, who I told y'all this last year in Super Bowl preview. I think Eric Reed is one of the better underappreciated players in the league. I think he could play. But
bro, hold on a second, bro. Somebody's mic is going crazy right now.
I think that's Reed.
Mute that guy. No, it ain't him. It's Breeze, bro, for sure.
Yeah, that's Breeze.
Yeah, mute him.
Trying.
Not he can't even get muted.
Let me see.
He tripped him out.
Nah, he's still here. It's just he's just in the what's the name?
That was kind of wild. That was kind of wild.
But,
yeah, I got.
But yeah, so I think the Chiefs could be in play for him too. But I think at the end of the day, he can go to any team and make an impact. It just depends on who is willing to move pieces in order to make a move that they feel as if he's the missing piece in order to be a contender. So
Yeah.
that's why I said someone like the Chiefs. That's why I say the Rams. Because I think if you give these teams another bona fide corner to what they've already had, I think they're right there with the top teams in their conference. So I mean, the Chiefs already are the top team in that conference. They've shown that. So you add Ramsey to that, I think
Like
that
every fucking year.
And
As
then
long
you
as you
got
got baby goat, shoot.
Yeah, so I think those teams could make a play for them. But I wanted to go into football now before we do the schedule review for the Dolphins. Let's go into the Mavs getting the first pick, man. And everyone is reported they're not looking to move the first pick. They're taking Cooper Flag. It's no secret. We know what's gonna happen. So,
But
Will,
that's
what's your thoughts on
suspicious,
that,
bro.
man?
That's suspicious, bro. That's suspicious, bro. There's some
It is. It
suspicious
is.
activity.
It is.
NBA
It is. It
My
is.
list is coming out. Like there's some real suspicious activity going on. I don't really get that at all though. Like the Mavericks, like hell no.
NBA
Like
rig, bro.
it would
You
have
can't tell me that.
made more sense if the Spurs had somehow got the first pick. Like even that would have made more sense than the Mavericks getting the first pick, bro. Like that is absolutely insane. So I don't
If
really
the
know,
Spurs
bro.
would have got the first, if the Spurs would have got the first pick and got Cooper and Wemby, man, that would have been torturous for the league.
League would have been in trouble. League would have been in trouble.
They'd have been more than in trouble.
NBA rig, bro. The NBA is rigged, bro. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing no more. I want to say it's rigged, but I'm gonna just say,
Bro, ain't you a Heat fan, bro?
The commissioner, listen, bro. The commissioner did what he had to do so that LA could stay on top. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. The commissioner did what he had to do so that LA could stay relevant. That's all I'm gonna say.
He need that big market.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
They need that big market.
And the Mavs were willing to give their star away for that first pick. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro, imagine
I'm gonna leave it at
bro.
that.
A top 2 historical franchise in NBA history completely falling off, bro. The NBA would. Oh my
Correct.
god.
They
would
couldn't
suffer,
stand for that. They couldn't
would
stand
suffer.
for it. And they made some phone calls.
To be fair, it did happen. They did fall off for a couple years, but I agree with y'all. Though.
Yeah, but it's different when LeBron's on the team, bro. Like, because LeBron,
successor. They needed a successor.
LeBron is LeBron, bro. So if he can't even bring in the ratings, because eventually people's gonna stop watching.
I'll talk about before Bron came though. When they have, they had Zoe.
Yeah, I know you're talking about in 2013. I know you're talking about, yeah.
Right, but I'm saying now it's just different. There's a superstar on the team, like
because there's no answer after Bron retires. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Correct.
Yeah. So it would be devastating for LA.
Correct. So that's all I'm gonna say. But let me answer the question. Let me answer. I just wanted to put that out there because that didn't make no sense. But I'll answer your question. I think that the Mavs are gonna be a solid team next year if AD can stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, that's always the issue with AD, right? It's his consistency. If he stays healthy, they're a solid team because you have Kyrie, who's coming off the injury. I think that Kyrie's he's a guy he can adjust. Kyrie plays the game so well he can adjust off an injury. I'm not concerned about, especially now in 2025 with ACLs and stuff like that. That's not really a concern.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm concerned, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
For really?
He is getting older.
But you gotta think, bro. Kyrie's game is based off like his first step. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So if he's uncomfortable with that, or he's not gonna be all the way 100, bro, his game might change completely. He might not.
That's correct.
He might not be the same Kyrie. Like we don't know how he's gonna come back from this shit.
I think that he's gonna go that KD route where he loses that explosiveness, but he just kind of adjusts to being a mid-range shooter, and that's what happened with KD in the Achilles tear. KD lost that explosiveness, and he kind of just relied on that mid-range. He relied on the mid.
That's a lot easier for a 7-foot gun, bro. Like,
I don't know, man.
Respectfully,
Kyrie was never really explosive per se. He it's like what Will said. He relies on beating people off his first step
Off the
of dribble.
dribble. Yeah, off that dribble.
So if
Because
he
then it's
if
too
he
hard to
if he
catch up.
loses the bit of, you feel me, advantage he would have creating his jumper or shot, whatever, it's gonna be tough, man. Because that's why he was put in Alcatraz against Drew Holiday. Like you had someone who was more
That's
athletic than
correct.
you, on top of the fact that he's stronger than you. Like, gang, it's gonna be a long damn series, and it was. So
That's correct. That's correct. That's true.
it's gonna
Facts.
be tough, man.
Back to
But
you,
I
what the
think that I
question
think
was.
that I think that they're in what you said, Breeze?
What you
I
say,
said
bro?
I'm back. What the question was?
Oh, we talking about the Mavs. We
No,
talking about
we
the
talking about
Mavs.
the Mavs getting the first pick and them basically getting Cooper Flag, because we all know they picking Cooper Flag. So,
But I think it's a step in the right direction, man. I think that you let Coop, you let him learn the game. Don't put my biggest issue with the NBA and has always been that they don't have patience with their rookies. The NBA does not have patience with rookies. The NBA is looking at these guys to come in at 18, 19 years old and average 25 and 3. It's not realistic. You get what I'm saying? These guys got to adjust. They got to have patience. So I think that if you have patience with Coop, he has the ability to be a top guy in the league. He's not there yet, obviously. When you look at his games in Duke as well, um, his vert wasn't really that good, but he was dunking on people. He's aggressive. His shot needs a little bit more work, but he has the tangibles to be a top guy. So I think that if he really hones his skill, he learns behind AD. I think they're in the right. I think it's a step in the right direction. You have if they cater to him like they did Dirk, Luca, and their top guys, and they don't screw him over, and he's there long term. I think it's a really really good starting piece for the future.
okay, what you got, Breeze? What you think?
Like, where do you like? What position do you stick him in at though? Like, honestly,
Honestly, he
Forward,
because
probably.
because he's 6'9", bro. You got to put him at
but
Yeah,
forward. You
but
got
if
to put
you
him
put
at
him at
forward.
the four and you got AD who doesn't want to play the five,
bro.
then you
Forward, bro.
No, forward,
four,
small forward.
yeah, four.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
put it. You trust him at the three
Yeah, I
on the
put him at the
NBA
three.
level.
I'd put him at the
I,
three.
I think it only makes sense in this
I
position. I
mean,
mean, and some changes.
I don't know.
Like, I
I'd
don't
put him at
trust
the
him at the
three.
I
three. The
think
only
he I
reason I
think he
will put
needs to
him
play power forward.
The only reason I will put him at the four is because of his speed. That's like he can blow past other power forwards. But if you got AD who doesn't want to play the four, I mean who doesn't want to play the five, then
Correct.
you
That's
got
why I wouldn't put
Gafford,
him at the four.
but you got Gafford, and then you got Lively, and then you're gonna bring in this kid to play the four with
Oh
AD
no,
who
they,
doesn't want to play the
they
five.
got to get rid of Gafford, bro. I don't see the Gafford hype. They got to get rid of him. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't see it. He's a defensive live. He's a big who gets picked on defense. I don't see the hype. I'd
The
keep
rim
Lively.
protection is there, bro. I give him that. Just the rim protection is
I'm about to
there.
say he's a solid rim protector.
He's a
He's a
good rim
solid.
protector, but once you
He
take him
cleans the
out,
glass. He
they,
cleans the
it,
glass the best on their
they was
team.
running whoever. They was running whoever on him in the play-in tournament. Like it's bad, bro. I'm sorry. You got Lively. You got AD. Stay with them. Four at the 4 and 5. I would put Coop at the three. I keep him at the three. Let him hone his game, stuff like that. If he wants to transition, or if they feel that he's better once AD leaves, I know AD doesn't want to play center anymore. That's fine. Wait till AD leaves, and put him at the four.
Just saying, bro. You put niggas at the three. You know who he matching up against, right? He
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
see
He
Braun.
matching
He
up
got
with
to
he
see
matching up with the best guys in the league. Yeah,
He got to see Braun. He got to
yeah.
see
Tatum.
KD.
Yeah, he matching up with the top guys. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if they got the
I mean, you the
plan
number
for
one
us,
pick, bro. We
All
can't.
right.
You
Well,
can't.
the
You can't be a
only
number one pick and you scared to go against those
right,
top
the only
guys.
other option is you trade AD. I mean, that's the only thing that would make sense because if you're going to put him at the four, there's no room for AD. Right? AD do not want to play the five. Just like
And AD complained a lot on the Lakers about that.
right.
He didn't. He
And
didn't
it's
want to
gonna
put.
bring the team morale down. He's not gonna play as good as he would at the four because you know what I'm saying he's gonna be demoralized. Like there's no point even going through that. It's either you play him at the three because he's not coming off the bench. So you play him at the three or you trade AD. Those are really only two options at this point.
And let's talk, bro. AD is amazing at the four. I don't see. I wouldn't even trade. He's amazing at the four.
Yes, he is.
He's amazing, bro. I'm like, he's
I mean, yeah,
amazing at that position.
You know, it's
he's the
crazy.
second best power forward in the league. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's
bro.
that damn good because in high school he was like 5'8" playing point guard and he just shot up. That's why he gets so
Yeah.
injury prone as well.
So
He never got a chance to develop to that grown up body. He was
that,
always a little
yeah.
kid.
So I that's why I wouldn't. I'd keep AD at the four. He's bro. He dominates at that position. I'd keep him at the four. Coop, I'm sorry, bro. You a number one pick, bro. It comes with the territory. You got to match up against the best guys. You a number one pick.
I mean, it's not, but that's the thing, and that's what's kind of hesitant on my end because it's like, again, we're not talking about just Bron, KD, stuff like that. But again, we're talking about he's going to be forced to guard on the perimeter. He will have to run into Steph and SGA. We talking about the top scorers in this league. Gang, it's going to be open season, gang, and that's the problem. So
welcome to the league, man. Welcome to the league. Hey, listen, this is what makes
Right,
it.
well,
listen, I mean,
then you trade AD, bro. Then you trade AD, bro. That's the only other option, bro.
They're not trading AD, but AD is going to have to make a choice, like for himself. It's game. If they put Cooper Flag at the three, they're gonna have three liabilities on defense every possession. Because listen, Kyrie, he's not a terrible defender, but again, he's what Kyrie is at this point? 33, 34?
He's 33. He's 33.
He's tore everything in his damn leg but the damn leg itself, gang. Like he ain't gonna be able to defend everybody like he was doing last season or 2 years ago. And then you got Klay Thompson, who at this point, I can't trust that man to guard a damn cone at this point. And then you're gonna put Cooper Flag out there with them. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not gonna work.
He should have just came off the bench in Golden State, but
that shit wasn't gonna work.
That ego, man. That ego get to you.
You come off the bench. You come off the bench, get a few buckets, you take yourself back.
It would have worked. It would have worked,
but he can't cook without Steph, bro. He needs
bro,
Steph on that court to cook.
Steph could still play with him, bro. He just come off the bench. You said that
he
could never be on the.
He could have.
If Steve Kerr was a good coach, it would have worked.
I agree with Quincy. I don't think his ego would have allowed him to do that.
Well, yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying, though. That's what he should have did.
Steph spacer, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Correct.
Steph holding all those minutes as a starter.
Breeze, he's still on the same team, bro. You're acting like he's never going to see
the same, bro. You're gonna go from 37 minutes to to like 22, and you think Klay is still gonna give you valuable production?
But that's but like the thing is, he doesn't have to per se diminish his minutes by 15 minutes. He can still play. You could be a rotational player, still play 26,
20-something minutes, yeah.
So you don't got to be in the low 20s, 18.
That fast pace, though, and that fast paced Warriors offense, bro, the way them legs is kicking his ass now, bro, he's not going to be that same Klay, that 3-and-D guy.
He was never going to be the same player.
He was never going to be the same after that ACL tear.
He was never going to be the same player. The problem is people and you feel me, himself, he's lied to himself, and the fans are fooling themselves that Klay is still who he was 4 or 5 years ago. He's not, and that's okay. The problem is he's not accepting that. He can come off the bench. He can be a spot up shooter because he's been at his entire career. He's never been someone who's gonna beat anyone off the dribble. Just sit in the corner, sit on the wing and shoot. Like I need you for 8 shots a game. You can give me that. I know you can give me that.
Right, especially when he's coming off the bench.
The pride is the downfall of many great men, bro.
So I think the biggest problem, I don't think the problem is he can't, because he can't play with Steph. I mean, he wouldn't be playing with Steph like you were saying. I don't think that's the problem per se. The problem is he's not accepting of what he is at this point. He's just not. That's the problem. Facts. But me personally, man, the Cooper Flag news, I think I think it's a starting point for the Mavs, but I just don't know if it's gonna work, man. I don't really trust the front office to build around Cooper Flag because they built a decent team around Dirk and Luka. Yes, that's very much true. But the problem I have is now they have this reputation now ever since they moved off Luka that they're going to out their star players. Like the people that you think are going to be untouchable, or you think the guys that should be, the ones that shouldn't be moved and stuff, they're going to out their star. I mean, look at the propaganda and scandal they drove Luka through before he left. They talked about him being overweight. They talked about him being, reluctant to put in the work to be the best version of himself.
It was true.
In their defense, they ain't lying.
But listen,
in their defense,
even if it's true, you still did this to your by far best player who just got you in the finals last season. Like these dudes, we know these players look at that type of stuff. They care about that type of stuff because they want to feel like if I'm coming in to be the guy, I expect to be, you feel me, you to be transparent with me and also keep me in a good light. And Luka did nothing but go to this team. And was he lazy and all this other shit? Maybe so. I don't know. I wasn't in the field with him. But at the end of the day, they did something to a star player, a superstar player of theirs that you never really see. That's unprecedented from franchises. It's crazy. So I think me personally, I could be wrong, but I think that rubbed a lot of players the wrong way. So I think they're gonna have a hard time bringing in quality players to help support someone like Cooper Flag and his growth. But
I don't.
That's just me though. That's what I just personally believe because I think the same shit happened to the Raptors when they outed DeMar DeRozan. They had trouble getting guys back in the building or coming to play there.
Like what was it was gonna be a lose.
Being cold ass Toronto, bro. Come on,
bro. They either
come on,
but look though, but that's the problem. That's the problem. You already in Toronto is not very favorable, and on top of that, the nigga who's not granted DeMar didn't win shit for the Raptors. I'm not denying
LeBron told. Come on, bro.
I'm not denying any of that game, but at the end of the day, he was their best player. He came in there, made history as a Raptor, and he went to the GM owner themselves and asked, "Is he being moved?" They said no. A couple hours later, the nigga got traded. So I mean, bro, people see this stuff, bro. Like if they see these things, that's why you don't see big names going to Toronto, bro. Like that's why a nigga like Kawhi probably didn't want to stay. Like I don't want to stay. Listen.
Yeah.
Bro, nobody wants to sit there and get screamed at by Crody, bro, after they lose. Like that's why they're not going to Toronto, bro.
Look, maybe that's a part of it, but at the end of the day, bro, it doesn't help that you're outing your best players. I think at the end of the day, regardless of what city you're in or how it may work out, you have to be able to build a rapport with your best players to a point where it's not like you're basically outing them to the public. Like that's crazy. Now you can be critical of them, you can blame them for a loss or whatever the case may be. They tell them they got to be better. That's fine. But when you out here doing what the Mavs did to Luka, excuse me, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I mean, I don't disagree, bro. I'm just saying, in their defense, we saw it on LA. Everything that they said about Luka was true. He went to LA.
I mean, it's not that it's not true. And I said this to Will last week. That this is the offseason that's going to determine whether or not Luka really is just this lazy, talented basketball player. So
he got all the resources in the world now.
Yeah, exactly. So as I'm saying, if you sit up there and you watch this 40-year-old man be at the peak of athletes, and it doesn't motivate you to, you feel me, be better, I don't know what will. I just don't see it.
That's facts. That's
Let's
facts.
go. Run it up.
But y'all got anything else y'all want to add about the Mavs and the number one pick, or
no? Let's go on, bro.
All right, so let's talk about the NBA playoffs, man. Let's talk about, first and foremost, we got to talk about Indiana being the first team to move on to the next round, to the conference championship. This is their second ticket they punched in the last, 2 straight seasons. So before we get into the other teams, I gotta ask y'all, man, why y'all believe Indiana is in the position they're in now, despite the fact they are lacking the star power, quote unquote, and what has impressed y'all the most by them?
I'm not
So
gonna lie, bro.
let me start with
I
you, Will.
think,
Go ahead, bro.
yeah, I think that the biggest like thing that goes on with their team, like their strongest quality is just their belief in each other. Like when they all play, bro, like they all play like they're the best player on the court, bro. Like they all trust each other to do whatever they gotta do. Like everybody's always in position. You know what I'm saying? They got good ball movement. They see the open lanes well. They transition in defense well, you know, together. Like every time you look at somebody, it looks like they know the person across from them is going to do their job. Like they all look confident in where they're at all times. They're well coached. You know what I mean? I think that's the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing. And they have the underdog factor, bro. It's like they are fighting so much harder because they are tired of being doubted, bro. You know what I mean? So, you know, aside from all just playing good basketball, it's the intangible things that are getting them there.
Mm-hmm. What you got, Quincy? What you say?
Man, Will hit it on the head. 100% is the chemistry. That's number one, bruh. You cannot win a championship without chemistry, and they
Facts.
are they aside from OKC, because in my opinion, OKC is the most well put together, meshed together team in the league right now. You see them
Yeah,
boys, they
they
love
are.
each other. But aside from OKC, Indiana is the most same thing. They have that chemistry. That you see how they are around each other. It's like a brotherhood with them, and that's how you win championships. Now you don't win it just off chemistry alone. You still got to have those guys who, put the work in. You got to have those guys who like Halliburton. He's clutch, bro. He's very clutch. You feel me? You got to have those guys that's stepping up in those big moments. You feel me?
We
And
gonna
like
see,
Will's
man. He
like
played dog shit last conference final. We'll see.
no. Oh, not that. I was just about to bring it up. Last year, right when they got swept by Boston, yes, he played bad. But if y'all watch those games, Breeze, I know you watch them games. I watch. You feel me? You a Celtics fan, right or wrong? Even though he played bad, those games were still close. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Those games were close, and they got swept, but they got swept by number one. They got swept by the team that went on to be the champions. And on top of that, those games were close. So it's not like, they went in there and just got dog walked. You feel me? By a runner up or a team that didn't even make the championship. They lost close games to the inevitable champions. You and like Will said, uh they ain't laying down. They hear the talk, they hear the noise, and they like, all right, we gonna prove it. They spent the whole year getting right. They spent the whole offseason getting right, and this is what you see now. Much respect to the Pacers, bro. It's chemistry, man. They have great chemistry, and Halliburton has stepped up. Another guy I just want to shout out, bro, because I feel like he doesn't really get enough love. No, it's not Siakam, but it's Miles Turner, man.
I knew you was
He
gonna say
he
Miles
has
Turner.
he has been dog. He's great, bro. He's a great big. He plays the game really well, bro. I don't think he gets that. I don't think he gets enough respect, enough love on that team, because I know they got Halliburton and they got Siakam, so everybody really talk about them too. But Miles Turner, man, he's great, dog. So just big shout out to him, dog. But yeah, like we'll hit it on the head, man. It's everything that he said.
All right. What you got, Breeze?
Yeah, I think with it, what I think a lot of people forget is their head coach. People forget Rick Carlisle is the head coach of them. And Rick Carlisle was coaching in Dallas for the longest. He has a long, extensive, relationship with a bunch of great players, great leaders, and everything. And he's took his bumps and W's in the league, so he knows how to lead. Man, he's a really really good leader. It's sad the way Dallas departed with him, but he's came and brought a new culture into Indiana.
Mhm.
When Quincy was saying last year when they played us, they lost that last year because they didn't know how to mesh with each other. especially with a new coach and Rick Carlisle. So they took that year, they got everything together, and now they got their lane. I like the way Halliburton plays because his game isn't just okay. If I don't score, I can't affect the game. He's a very surgical, like he's like one of the last dying breed point guards. He's
Mm-hmm.
very surgical, floor general, Jason Kidd type of point guard. I'm not saying not on the defensive end, but strategic wise, he's a very strategic point guard. They got what they need around him. He got defenders, he got shooters, and they playing very, very well with each other. And they're young, so moving forward, they're going to be very formidable. Moving forward, and honestly, Cleveland is just was just
Cleveland's
fool's gold,
Cleveland.
man. Yeah, they were just fool's gold, bro. Like if you really
Cleveland's
look at
just
if you really look at
Cleveland's
it, bro, all
Cleveland.
you had to do was just run, like make Cleveland run, and they're very disgruntled. Donovan Mitchell loves the ISO. Darian Garland loves to dance. Jared Allen is the rim protector. Evan Mobley, he's a rim protector. They don't like to play fast, and the
They don't
Pacers,
correct.
Oh
the
my
Pacers
god,
made them
boy.
run.
That mic is crazy. No Diddy, bro. Like I need you to figure that out.
My B, my B, my B, my B.
Man, the thing,
But
man, I don't disagree with anything y'all saying, man. But the thing, let me say this about the Cavs. I think it didn't help that they had injuries throughout the entire series. I feel as if they probably still would have lost, but it would have been a way more interesting series if they came in fully healthy. I think Darius Garland, the little injury he had hindered him a lot. Now, granted, maybe the man just asked in the playoffs because he wasn't good last year
He
either.
wasn't good
But
last year.
maybe that's just what it is. But I know he was playing with an injury. He forced himself back to come back the last two games. So I think it's some grace in that. But in terms of the Pacers, man, I think their biggest thing for me personally is the growth in their role players. Man. I mean, I think Neesmith and Nimhard have been phenomenal for them, and I gotta give them credit, man, because I thought both those guys at one point last season was just fucking terrible. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have faith that them dudes can play 30 plus minutes and actually compete at a good enough level to get to the point they're at now. Now they're not playing crazy out of this world, but they're playing their role and they do it well. So that's what's working right now for them. Now, my only pushback is, man, I'm not one of these believers in Halliburton, man. I don't think he's a bad player, but man, I gotta see it when he steps up in competition, man. Because the
With
last
the
the
heavy
last
burden.
times he had a better point guard across from him or good to great defender on him, he ain't looked so damn good. If the Knicks win the series, like how many believe now since Ginger Tatum got hurt, he gonna have to see Mikal Bridges every night and Josh Hart, who are two damn good striking defenders. So I just want to see how it's gonna go in his favor when these dudes come to town. So depending on how all that plays out, I'll be wrong if they go off into the finals. I'll admit that he's better than what I give him credit for, but I got to see it first, man.
That's fair.
I agree. I agree. Last time he had a good point guard who plays defense, he did wet the bed. I don't disagree. He got lucky. Well, not lucky, but he's had favorable matchups in the playoffs so far. So you ain't wrong.
So
That's what's
we,
wrong.
I
That's
think
what's
he will step
wrong.
up though.
That's what's wrong when you only got one star player on your team. And he's not a superstar. He's just like a star. He mingles
He's a
around.
star. Yeah.
He's a name. He's a name, but he's not a name. Like so.
Correct.
yeah, for sure. And Pascal Siakam was supposed to come in and be this quote unquote star, but Pascal could play. He's solid. He's good, but if he's your best offensive player, I don't
You're
know.
in trouble. Yeah, you're in trouble for sure.
We,
yeah, the
we gonna see
man
though.
consistent as shit.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is. But
he's
I would say this, man. When he is on, he is on. He looked like a top 3 power forward when he plays
Yeah, but
well.
when he off, he look like a top 3 piece of
Yeah,
shit.
he's terrible. He's
That's
borderline
Chet.
player.
That's Chet.
That is Chet, bro.
That's
That's
Chet,
Like
bro.
I hate God, bro. I hate that shit,
But
bro.
let's get off into the other series, man. Let's talk about the Thunder and the Nuggets. The Thunder just actually, I believe the Thunder right now are down 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but
78 to
they got a
80.
3-2 lead in the series right now against Denver. What are y'all expecting from this series in terms of the what do y'all think the winner of this series? Do y'all think those are the teams who will represent the West, like in terms of the Thunder and the Nuggets? Or
If
do y'all
it's
or
OKC,
y'all just think the Wolves got a chance?
if it's
Facts.
OKC,
Facts. But
OKC's
see,
making it.
talk.
If it's the Nuggets are not making it, bro. I'm
So
sorry.
you think the Wolves gonna go?
That's a
Yeah.
true king,
If
bruh. Come on,
if
bruh. Come
if
on,
they
bruh.
if the Nuggets somehow some way find a way to win this game and somehow beat OKC at home in Game 7, then yes, the Wolves are gonna beat they're gonna beat the
The
Nuggets.
Nuggets.
But
Facts.
if OKC, I'm banking on them boys. I've said it before the
Hmm.
playoffs started. That's my team to win. I got them winning the whole chip.
I
You
know
feel
you
me?
do, boy. You're a smart man.
If the Thunder win, they are winning the championship. If they win today, they win Game 7, they are winning the championship. It's no question about it. They're winning the championship. The Nuggets have them off of experience. The inexperience for the Thunder is showing right now.
I'm about to say you don't think inexperience is a problem because man,
I
listen,
don't think. I think it's a problem.
J Dub went from looking like prime fucking Braun to a nigga on the street.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I think it's because the Nuggets have been here before. And again, bro, yes,
I mean, he's playing terrible tonight.
they're not a great team. Look, I get it. Remember, we had this conversation about the Nuggets already. They're not a great team, but they're still a solid. Bro, they won a championship. They're still you gotta count. You can't count them out. You feel me? They got Jokic. They're a good team, and that playoff experience it shows. You feel me? Especially when it matters most. I don't. I think that's what's really hindering OKC in this series because we saw with the Grizzlies, they killed the Grizzlies. You feel me? They demolished them boys.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't even a question. Like that wasn't even. I'll be honest with y'all. I did not watch a single game that series because I already knew it was gonna be blowout after blowout after blowout. I wasn't interested. This series has been great, but if they go and play the Wolves ain't got. I'm not gonna say they don't have a chance, but the Wolves are outmatched. I'm
You
gonna say
think
that the
so?
Wolves. Yeah, the Wolves are outmatched. They are,
I don't think so.
and
I'm
I
gonna
and
tell
I
you
say that
why.
because it is.
He knows so, bro. He knows
I
so.
say that because it is. The Wolves. If Curry played this series, the Wolves wasn't beating them.
Facts.
That's a fact.
I don't
The
agree with
Wolves
Yeah, I
that.
are the
don't.
Wolves are not
Facts.
being. They were not being
I
Golden
don't
State.
agree with that.
Nah,
If
I don't
Curry
know
Facts.
about
played this
all
series,
that.
they were not being
I don't
Golden
agree
State.
with
Bro,
that.
Because
these
I
games was
don't
close
agree
as
with that.
hell, and
because
Curry
bro,
didn't
if
even
you
play.
Exactly. Even when he was
Agree
out,
with
the
that.
games were close up until the fourth quarter. They
but
were
look
not
though,
winning
if
those. They
you
were not
I
winning
don't.
those
if
out.
you look at if you
But
look at it,
the Wolves beat the Warriors to open the series with Steph Curry. Did they not?
Yes, they
Bro,
did.
that's fine. That's fine, bro.
They
That's fine,
did.
bro.
But when you look at the game that Curry when Curry won game 2, right?
Oh my
When he went
god,
out, whatever. Well, well, you probably talking about the Thunder.
bro, they're choking the game away, bro. They're
when
choking the
you
game away, bro.
when I watched the first 2 games, it was clear as day, bro. Jimmy had a terrible choke session. Buddy Hield and Jimmy, I don't know what happened to them boys. I don't know what happened. All power went. They lost their powers, right? All talent went out.
The
Steve
Monstars.
Kerr, Steve Kerr can't coach. This has been an ongoing
Yeah,
conversation for the past
yeah,
couple
he's
of years. He
trash.
can't coach.
He's
I'm
trash.
glad. And let me just say before you spin, I'm so happy niggas have come to that realization because I got tired of arguing that this nigga is just a beneficiary of a team that was built to be successful
He
for
is.
him
He is.
versus him actually coaching well. Like, I'm so glad
Hmm.
niggas not realize that. But continue, bro.
exactly.
Steve Kerr can't coach. Buddy and Jimmy, I don't know what happened. Steve Kerr, for whatever reason, let me tell you how bad, bruh. The Warriors would have won this. Let me tell you how bad it got. Kerr was putting Kuminga in. What game did he put Kuminga in?
I
Like
think that
was it
was
what was it
game three or
game
something
three,
like that.
game
Yeah, game
4?
3.
Bro, the series was already lost at that point. Kerr should have already had put Kuminga in. You know what I'm saying? It's just like those little things that cause momentum shifts. That's where you lose the series. You already lost Curry. Buddy Hield is not consistent. He has the game. Yeah, he'll drop 30, 40 points, whatever. But you can't trust Buddy Hield to go out there and win you a series. Jimmy, that's a conversation for another day, right? Whatever. But when you have a guy who cannot make adjustments, because when Curry went out, that was it. The games were still close up until the fourth quarter, but it was going based off just the talent of the team. It wasn't more so. It wasn't really Curry adjusting. You get what I'm saying? So when you lose a guy like Curry, and the momentum shifts, and then your coach is not making the proper adjustments, and then the star players aren't stepping up, you lose that series. I honestly truly believe that. Yeah, if Curry had played, bruh, no, yeah, they would have lost. I don't think the Wolves would have won that series. But whatever, neither here nor there. They made it right. You got OKC against the Wolves. The Wolves they're a good defensive team. You got to give it to them boys. But OKC is more well-rounded. They're a better well-rounded team, better bench. The Wolves have them beat off, the star player, right? Because Shea's amazing, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think Ant better. I
You
ain't
think
gonna lie.
Ant better than Shea?
Yeah, bro. I'm
Bro,
sorry.
you crazy as
Hey,
hell, bro.
look,
This
bro.
is why your
Look,
man
bro.
take Quincy, bro.
Shea my
Wait,
dog.
man,
Bro,
he's
your
Yeah.
just a
name
good
is like
dog.
your
He's
name
just
is
new
like an
ball, Will.
omen, bro. Your
Nah,
name is
Will, he's
like
just
an
new ball.
omen.
Will, he's
Listen,
just new
bro.
Bro,
ball.
Breeze.
Shea my
You're a
dog.
fan of the Celtics,
I,
bro.
He's just
Listen,
I
bro.
new.
don't
He's
know
just
about
new
that one.
ball.
I
Bro,
don't
Shea
you're a
know
my
fan
He
about
of
that.
dog.
said
the
the
Celtics,
man
bro.
no ball.
I don't know
Listen,
about that.
bro. Shea my dog, bro. I love Shea.
Hold on,
I
wait. We're
love
not
Shea.
gonna just bypass that.
He
Why
knew
is he?
ball
Why is
then.
he? Why is he better than Shea? Like, why is Ant better than
No,
Shea?
I said I like him better. That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying
I said
why?
I
Like,
like
why?
him better. Oh,
Why?
just everything about not everything about Ant's game, but just
Damn, boy. Everything
just
about him.
Damn, boy.
just just
Take
his.
it easy.
Got
I
the ant
don't.
post on the wall, huh?
That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
That boy said everything about him. My glorious king.
It's just, bruh.
I'm dead.
It's just. I think Ant he plays a little bit more aggressive, and that's what I look for. Pause. No Diddy. In a guy who I want to lead my team. You get what I'm saying? Shea is a dog. Shea is a dog, but Ant he shows more emotion in his game. That's why I said I like Ant better. You feel me?
That's
Um,
that's 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 cool for the BET script. I want you to tell me what he does better at
Right.
basketball. Like, what makes him
Bro,
a better basketball player?
bro, he just
Like,
said he likes his aura, bro. He thinks he's
that's
a
like
it.
cool
that's
guy.
That's
basically what
it,
I'm
bro.
saying.
That's it, bro.
Hey, that's the biggest fangirl shit I ever heard in my
Hey,
life.
bro, chill, bro, chill. Listen, bro. Like I said, man, I love the Thunder. I love their game. I think they do match up. I think that they do have the better matchup. If they go against the Wolves, they have, bro, that they're favorites. I think that series ends in 5. I think the Wolves may steal a game, but that's it. I don't think that the Wolves even get close.
Mm.
But I'm not gonna lie, bro. If they do match up, you know who's gonna be the biggest X factor?
Chat.
Don't say Rudy Gobert.
You said what?
Don't say Rudy Gobert, bro.
No, Julius Randle, bro.
You
That's what I
okay?
said.
No,
Cause,
yeah,
cause,
yeah,
cause,
yeah,
look,
yeah.
because think
He's been
about it,
playing well
Chat.
too, man.
not
He been
even,
playing
bro,
out. He
no.
been playing out
I
of
don't
this
want to hear
world.
nothing about no Chet because Chet is having problems with Jokic isn't that aggressive as an offensive player.
Chill, bro. Hey, what did I tell y'all,
Julius
bro?
Randle is a bull in the china shop, bro. He just like to
Bro,
go and go and go and
exactly
go and go.
why Chet's gonna be the biggest X factor, bro. You talking about Julius Randle, a guy who's tailored to pick on a guy like Chet. So if Chet can step up, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, Chet is not gonna
That's what it
step up,
is,
bro.
bro.
Nah,
Chet
Chet
got
gotta
got
step
bricks
up.
in his
I got
backpack.
It's
faith in
gonna
my
be some
dog.
long nights, boy.
I got faith in my dog, man. I got faith in my dog,
He
man.
does
They
have
gonna
gonna
some
switch
be
bricks
him.
in his
They
back
gonna switch
pocket,
him.
bro.
They gonna switch
They
him
are. They
with
are.
Hartenstein.
They'll put Hartenstein and Jalen Williams in there.
man. Hey man. I don't know, man. We might be talking prematurely, boy, because they losing this game right now. But hey, we
Mm-hmm.
gonna see. But let's switch off into the next series though, man. Let's talk about the Knicks and the Celtics. Talk about Breeze people, man. First and foremost,
Sir.
I gotta say this for Jason, man. Jason Taylor, man. Hopefully we get to see him next year. I know it's speculation that he may not even play next year, but hopefully that's not the case. So big ups to him. Seeing the surgery went
Keep
well.
that boy out, man. That boy out.
Hopefully
That
everything
boy
goes
ain't coming
well with
back
that.
next year.
But with all that being said, though, man, The Knicks, Game 6 at home in New York. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I don't think. Listen, if the Knicks make the finals, the city of New York is gonna blow up. Like them dudes already be crazy,
Bro,
man.
we thought Philly was bad, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Like the city of New York is gonna go ballistic if they make the finals. Not even if they just win. If they make the finals, man, it's gonna be crazy. But with all that being said, man, I want to start off with saying this though. I'm high on Jalen Brunson, man. I told dudes this in the shop. I told dudes this last season. I thought Jalen Brunson was just as good, if not better, than guys like Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell. I think Jalen Brunson is that caliber of a player. I think he's arguably a top 15 player in the league. And he's proven that throughout these playoffs because not only Quincy mentioned this earlier with Halliburton being clutch, not only is Jalen Brunson performing well, he's the most clutch scorer in the playoffs right now as we speak.
He is.
And it's not even close. So Jalen Brunson has upped his game to a level where he's reaching pretty much superstar caliber kind of like statistics and numbers. Not to say he is a superstar, I don't think he is, but he's playing at a level right now where you're not looking at three other players in the playoffs right now. You're saying that they're just definitively better than him at this moment. Now, of course, you're gonna take Shea, you're gonna take Yoke, you're gonna take Ant, like of course. But in terms of what they're playing, the level and consistency they're playing at right now, he's a top 3 player in the playoffs right now as we speak.
Yeah, for sure.
I believe he is that right now.
He is. Mm-hmm. He is.
So, with that being said, though, Breeze, I want to ask you this, man. Like, do you think there's a chance though that the Celtics can work magic? Can Jaylen Brown prove he really is the best player on that team?
No. I think we take Game 6 though and losing 7, but
Boy,
and even I said I think we take 6 and losing 7, but
they about to pack y'all up. They about to pack y'all up, bro.
In New York?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
In the Garden?
Bro, you gonna get jumped. You gonna get jumped to Pop Smoke outside the arena, bro. After y'all lose.
Breeze in the Garden.
Yeah, bro. We can win in the Garden, bro.
No, you cannot. Not without Jason Tatum,
bro.
Bro, not without Jason Tatum, bro. Not without Jason Tatum.
Oh no, boy.
I ain't know the question. I ain't know you asked them the question that you asked me, bro. I didn't know.
Nah, you know what? Hey man, you right, man. Go ahead and cook, bro. What you got? Man?
Anyway, so can you politely ask me the question again, bro? I forgot my train of thought.
I'm saying, like, do you think Jaylen Brown can work magic? Basically, can he win this series for the Celtics?
No, and that's okay, and that's perfectly okay, bro. Because even moving forward, we're still gonna have trouble moving forward. That's our best player. Prayers up to him. All I just want to do is just go out respectfully, like go out, with a fight. That's it. Don't go laying down and get trampled on. That's all that matters to me.
That's what's about to happen.
Fuck you, Will.
No.
I mean, just I think Tom Thibodeau, they're gonna game plan now. Like they know, okay, Jaylen Brown is gonna try to be the playmaker. They're gonna go to the go-to move when it comes to guarding him. Sit on his offhand. Defensive, you got to clamp up on him. He's very turnover prone. Very reckless with the ball. He had a good game because nobody knew what the plan was gonna be. But I think moving forward now, okay, if they're gonna make Jaylen Brown the primary ball handler, you clamp that. So I say we lose.
It's gonna be a long night for tomorrow, boy, because he's gonna have OG in his face, and OG was giving Jason Tatum fits. It's gonna be a long night.
Man, you saw what happened before Tatum went down. We ain't worried about no OG, no PG.
Hey, hold on, time out, boy. Them first 3 games. Boy, it was bad,
bro.
Let's not act like he wasn't. Let's not act like that boy wasn't on lockdown.
Are you forgetting what happened in the Orlando series, bro? You forget what happened in the Orlando series?
Bro, we're talking about now. What are you talking about?
I'm saying, bro, he failed.
Yeah, we talking about OG Anunoby on the Knicks, not the Orlando Magic.
Listen, bro, he fell. Got that that brace on the shooting hand, bro. Of course, I knew that's why he was shooting so shitty, bro. That's why I'm not saying OG not a good defender, but that wrist ain't help it. But when he got right, what happened? When he got right, what happened? Nigga was on his way to a 50 ball in the Garden.
before that Achilles went
Reed,
out. So don't act like
you saying that one game will outweigh the 3 straight games he clamped?
yeah. If you
Like
if you
because
gonna
of a
drop a
wrist
50,
injury? Are we
if
dead
you gonna
ass?
drop
It's supposed to be
a
a
wrist
top
injury
5 player.
on your shooting hand, bro. On your
Yeah,
shooting hand.
is he
Then
playing?
then don't
Did he
then don't
play? Did he
play.
play
What the fuck?
38 minutes?
Hold on,
Did
hold
he
on,
play
hold on,
40?
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
Then don't
hold on,
play, nigga. What the fuck?
hold on. Quincy, Quincy, you laughing because you get it. These niggas saying,
No, he's laughing because you're talking
Quincy,
bullshit, bruh.
Quincy, if your shooting hand, your wrist, your shooting hand, you got to get a bandage on it, a brace, and you going out there shooting like shit. These niggas talking about, oh, you getting clamped up out there. It's an injury, bro. I ain't saying
Then
I'm
OG
not
don't
ain't do his
look,
thing.
play. You're on
I'm
the
I
not
ain't
court.
saying
saying
I ain't
I'm
saying
not
OG
saying
ain't
that
do his
didn't
thing.
contribute, but what I'm saying is, are we giving a top 5 player that excuse? Like no one gave Bron excuses. No one gave Curry excuses. No one gave KD excuses. This is a top
What?
5 player. I don't give a shit about your wrist hurting, nigga. You
What?
playing? What are you talking about?
What?
Thank you.
Nobody get these
You
niggas
were playing,
excuses, T?
bro. Paul George played this whole season injured. Hey, all niggas said was he is terrible.
Podcast P.
Come on,
Podcast
Like
P.
that, like bro, we're
T,
not the Breeze. We're not doing
T,
that, guy. I get that's your guy.
T,
That's this your
Nah,
team, but
nah,
we're
T. It's
not
not
doing
even
that. We're
about
not
my.
making excuses for a nigga that played
Don't,
40 minutes every
don't bring
night.
up Paul
We're not
George,
doing
bro.
that.
Please, bro. That's the wrong nigga you want to try to make an example
I'm
out of,
just
bro.
saying, like when other niggas were hurt and when they were playing, right or wrong, whether it was correct or not, when they was playing through injuries, niggas bashed them. They did. They did it.
Thank
They do
you.
it to every top player,
There's
and
Yeah,
always an
he's
they
no
do.
excuse,
different.
man.
I'm not
He
making an
still is
excuse.
expected to play well, and he didn't.
Bro. I'm not making an excuse. All I said was when things start picking up, because he was injured since Game 3 of the first round. When things started picking up, he started coming into his shot. What happened? He's doing
Yeah,
his
that's
thing,
it's
bro.
one game though, Breeze. That's the problem. It would have been different if it was 2. If you would have had 2 straight games like that, fine. But it was one
Bro, this last game and the game
versus
before he
3
was hooping,
terrible
bro.
outings.
Bro, this last game and the game before he was hooping, bro. I think
No, I'm not
the
giving you
game
that
before
game.
this the game before this injury he had 22 and 13, and then this game he had like 44 and 12, I think,
But
or something
the
like that.
shooting splits weren't good. That's my thing. He
And that's why I'm saying
he's.
because of the hand, bro.
I don't think you give OG enough credit. I think OG's been.
I said OG did his thing, bro. OG did his thing, but bro, I'm not gonna sit here and act like OG just like, come on, bro, relax, man.
Nah, I'm not saying he's the best defender in the league or some shit like that. But what I'm saying is he's going to give Jalen Brunson fits like he gave Jason Tatum.
We'll see, bro. We will see, bro.
All right. Well, what you got, Will? You got anything else?
Nope. I think that it didn't really matter, bro. If you're on the court, produce, bro. Simple as that. I mean, conscious is what the fuck it is.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. Listen, at the end of the day, man, if you out there on the court, if you out there on the field, whatever sport, I expect you to play as if that you are well enough to play at the level you are expected to play at. I just think that's what it is for me. Not if you got an injury that's going to hinder your game that badly, then do not
Thank
play.
you, bro.
It
It
just
only
doesn't.
makes
That to
sense.
me, that argument never made sense because if
I
it's
agree,
that
bro.
bad, why are we playing you then? Like if you can't play through this shit to that point, I don't get why we playing. That's why I just said what I said with Darius Garland earlier. Yeah, I understand he played hurt, but the nigga was bad last year. I'm not gonna start giving him excuses because he had a sprained ankle or whatever the injury was. Like, yeah, at some point you gotta earn your money. You gotta earn your game. You gotta earn the game check, bro. At some point.
See, it's when to go home, man. Niggas ain't trying to go home. They want
Exactly.
to go
And
home,
he
bro.
was bad 3 out of 4 games. That's my problem. He was bad.
He was bad 3 out of 4 games, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I
Yes.
mean, this supposed to be a top 5 player. That's the problem. It's supposed to be a top. That's what y'all told me. Y'all told me Jason Tatum was a top 5 player. I was waiting to see it. Hey, man, I guess, man. I guess. But anything else y'all want to talk about the playoffs?
No, sir.
Let's go Thunder. Let's go Thunder.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we at the hour 9 mark, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the new edition. So we're gonna skip the schedule review this week, but we're gonna jump right into we're gonna keep 3, cut 5, man. So we got receiver edition, NFL today. So I'm gonna start. I'm telling y'all now. I'm not naming no big name guys who are gonna be the obvious keeps and stuff like that. We're gonna go through the middle of the packs and see who really know ball for real. So let's start. First name I'm gonna hit y'all with, man. I got Garrett Wilson.
That's tough.
Because if you're talking middle of the pack, he's top of middle of the pack, bro. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah. I think
borderline.
I think you got to keep Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, you got to keep him, bro.
What you doing?
I think
him?
he's just he's too talented. He's too talented.
All right, so that's one keep. Next name I got for y'all, man. My bad. I got J-Mo.
That's tough. That's tough.
Two keeps right off the back is crazy. I'm gonna go cut.
I'm gonna cut him.
Yeah, I gotta cut him, bro.
I'm gonna cut him.
Oh, so y'all cutting J-Mo?
I don't like that, bro. I don't like that.
That's tough, boy.
That is tough.
All right.
That is tough.
Next name I got, man. I got Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, cut.
Cut. You can cut.
Yeah, you gotta cut him for sure.
But I'm a little scared now because you said middle of the pack guys, so
I ain't gonna lie. If you put him with Jameis Winston, then we keep him. But other than that, cut.
Bro. Cut, bro. Cut. He's cut, bro.
Yeah,
we should have kept J-Mo. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, I'm cutting him.
Hearing Jerry Jeudy really gives me fits. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
All right, so what about Cortland Sutton?
Oh, cut.
I'm keeping.
Yeah, we can cut. We can cut.
Boy, cut. Hell, bro, you got no.
He got me scared now. I don't know,
bro. It's a group decision. We outnumber you 2-1.
He named me real middle of the pack guys. So I don't know. You can go by the name next, bro.
Me and Breeze we outnumber you 2-1, bro. We're cutting.
All right, so y'all cutting 4 already. So y'all got to keep the next 2 in. So next guy, guys, Rashad Bateman.
Oh fuck!
I knew it.
Damn.
You see, I knew it.
You said we cut 5 already.
Y'all cut 4, so you got to keep the next 2. So y'all kept. And so the last name I had was Jordan Addison. So that's a good keep. But so the 3 keeps I had was Garrett Wilson, Rashad Bateman, and y'all had kept.
Okay, J-Mo's the only one we missed. J-Mo's the only one we missed.
Yeah, then y'all cut Cortland, y'all cut J-Mo.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was gonna cut J-Mo, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I expected a couple better names to be on here. I'm not gonna lie.
It was big.
That's what I said. I was naming middle of the pack guys. I wasn't gonna name nobody like top 15.
Garrett Wilson, bro. I don't know. I thought you was going to maybe name like DJ Moore or
Garrett Wilson was like the closest name I had to like the top 12 to 10.
Yeah,
but everyone else, I was like, I'm gonna throw in people who are good but not as talked about. So
yeah, we should have kept J-Mo. I'm gonna take that one.
When you said middle of the pack, we thinking, all right, he's just gonna name some mid. But when you said Garrett Wilson, we like, okay, damn.
Bro, should we have one more cut, bro? Shouldn't we have one more cut? If we only cut 4, we should have one more cut.
No, y'all cut 5. That was we said J-Mo. We said J-Mo, Sutton. It was
Jeudy,
Jerry Jeudy. That's who the 4th was. And who I just said.
That's only 3, bro.
It was 4. I can't remember the other 2 though.
No, because the second person.
I give one more cut though. My bad.
He cheated us out of a person.
Nah, come on. Who did I say, bro? I gotta look through the teams now. I said the 5.
He cheated us out of a person.
But regardless, y'all still lost J-Mo though. That's what I'm saying. Y'all still had to keep the last 2.
So that next person, the last person could have been someone that was better.
I'm I'm gonna throw in a randomizer. You feel me? Let's just say you had not Tyler Lockett. What's my boy JSN?
He was. He was.
I'm keeping JSN.
We would have kept him, bro.
Okay, so let's say you would have stuck with, because y'all gotta keep Bateman. So that means y'all. So between JSN and Jordan Addison, who y'all taking?
Boy, we did not have to keep Bateman. We never decided that.
No,
You decided that for us.
No. What I'm saying is JSN was the name after. My bad. I had missed.
Right, bro. What would have happened? I would have definitely cut Bateman, and then we would have had Addison and JSN, and that would have been a win because they're both all three of them are better than J-Mo. Respectfully.
Okay. All right. My bad. All right. I'm gonna have to write them down that time.
Yeah. Hey, he cheated us out of first, and then we still won.
All right. So yeah, that's cool. Y'all kept Jason. Y'all kept Garrett Wilson, and y'all kept. Y'all keep it, Rashad Bateman. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all keeping that man. Y'all chose that man, bro.
No, we did not. Bro, no, we did not. As soon as you said,
all right. So look. We got. I'm gonna do one more.
Yeah, there you go, bro. Write down the names, bro. Write down the names.
I ain't keeping no Bateman.
I'm gonna do one more. And it's gonna be middle of the pack.
Yeah, write down the names, bro.
And I want y'all to consider everyone healthy too.
All right, bet. Say no more. Cheating us out of a person is crazy, though. And then trying to and then gas with us.
He gonna keep us, make us keep the niggas.
Niggas keep Bateman. The worst one available. That's crazy work.
God.
That's crazy work. But I felt the bait coming. Once he said Sutton, come on, bro. That's middle of the pack right there.
No,
that's
bro.
The definition of middle of the pack.
When I knew it was over is when we said we were cutting J-Mo. He's like, I was like, He's like,
I did not. I did not think I was gonna cut that boy. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Bro, I'm not gonna. When it comes to middle of the pack, I feel like there's a good few that are better than him. So I was like, I'm not gonna take him.
Bro, you started off with Garrett Wilson, bro. You can't start off with Garrett Wilson.
Starting off with two keeps is crazy. That's what I said, though. I said two keeps is tough, right off the bat.
That's crazy, bro.
But we was close there.
Let's do this one. This I like this one a lot better. So
all right, let's go.
Middle of pack, man. First name I got for y'all, Calvin Ridley.
I'm cutting him. I'm cutting Ridley.
That's a comfortable cut.
I'm cutting him.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have kept him. I would have kept him. Not gonna lie, but I'm outnumbered here, so
all right.
I would have kept him.
All right. So next name we got Chris Olave.
Bruh, is he healthy?
Yeah, everyone's healthy.
Everyone's
I'm keeping him.
I'll keep Olave.
Okay. Next name Debo.
Oh, cut. What the fuck? Get that bum out of here. He's a booty, guys. Get him out of here. Cherokee D, bro. Come on. Get him out of here, guys.
All right, so next name I got for y'all. I got Jordan Addison.
Keep. I'm keeping Addison for sure. Bro's really top tier in the middle of the pack, guys.
Okay. Next name, J-Mo.
Oh my God, bro. That's three keep, bro. We're gonna keep three people in a row,
I'm keeping that, bro. I got three. That's three solid receivers. I'm keeping that.
We might as well cut him, bro. He put it back in there for a reason.
Come on, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. No, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
It's
bait. It's definitely bait. We gotta keep him.
Y'all keep it, J-Mo?
He probably gonna come with Devontae Adams or
bro, he's top tier, bro. He's not gonna come with Devontae Adams.
All right. Next name I got Lad McConkey.
It don't matter. It's automatically a cut. All the rest are cuts, bro.
So Lad McConkey, y'all cutting Lad McConkey. Y'all cutting Drake London.
Oh yeah. No, we're good.
I ain't gonna lie.
We're good, bro. I mean, it is what it is. It is tough. I would have probably kept him over Olave. I didn't want to keep Olave. I didn't want to keep Olave in my defense. And to be honest, I would have kept Calvin Ridley over Olave too. What the fuck?
I took Olave because I felt like he was gonna bait us.
No, you didn't.
Like
You took him because you're a Saints fan. You fucking retard.
Nah, bro. It was the bait. I knew. Bro. Just like last time, bro. I can't trust him.
Breeze, I know you're.
The last name I had though, it was Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle's not. He's not middle of the pack, guys, bro. Jalen Waddle's not middle of the pack. Like, if anything, he's borderline middle of the pack, borderline top 15 guys. Like, come on, bro.
That man is.
I think that boy middle of the pack. I ain't gonna lie.
Inconsistent motherfucker.
He must have lost you some money, boy.
So here's y'all keeps. Y'all kept Olave, y'all kept Jordan, y'all kept J-Mo. But I cut Waddle, London, McConkey, Debo, and Ridley.
I would have preferred London. I ain't gonna lie. I would have preferred London.
Yeah, I didn't want to keep Olave, so.
All right, so that was it for the Tonight Show, guys. Appreciate those who tuned in, man. We're gonna do more of these. I thought it was cool and fun to do, so we're gonna do more next week. We're gonna do basketball, but we're gonna do small forward this time. So. Y'all just stay tuned for that, man. If you're not doing so already, go ahead, hit like, subscribe on the YouTube channel, hit the bell notification, be notified when we go live. Remember to handle LastWord Production across all platforms. Just look me up. Y'all boys got anything y'all want to add before we head out?
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers 2025 Super Bowl champions, bro.
Mickey Loomis needs to be fired. All right, y'all.
All right, man. Y'all be sick.